In this forecast, severe weather will be possible across North Texas several times this week. The Storm Prediction Center has already issued a slight risk for severe weather on Friday, and a strong cold front will cool down North Texas this weekend, and a tropical storm may brew pretty soon. Here's the latest on that situation. All of that and more is coming right up. This is North Texas Weather Center with your latest 4-minute forecast, going over all the potential for severe weather and as well as the big pattern change coming this upcoming weekend. Let's start out with the temperatures out there this morning. We're starting out in the low 70s for many of us in the Metroplex. By this afternoon, we'll start to warm up for most of us into the low to mid 90s in the Metroplex. Some low 100s back out to the west in central Texas this afternoon. There's an isolated chance for maybe an isolated severe storm tomorrow evening. It's going to be a fairly low-end threat, mainly back out to the west near Wichita Falls and Abilene. A couple of isolated showers or weak storms may develop. Again, I care about maybe some isolated quarter-sized hail, but other than that, we're not really looking at severe weather tomorrow night. Most of this will fizzle out before it ever gets to the Metroplex. So that's all we're looking at for terms of tomorrow. Now, there will be a jet stream that will make a huge pattern change to North Texas heading into the weekend, as I mentioned at the beginning of this forecast. So here's your jet stream going to late Friday. Here's your jet stream. Here's your low pressure system. Again, you're likely going to see a cold front come through North Texas early Saturday. This will drop our temperatures down really dramatically for us into probably the 70s for highs and in the lows for 50. So it's going to be much cooler heading in the weekend. Now, going to early next week, a trough will dip down into the southern plains. This may also bring a potential for severe weather, maybe all modes of severe weather for the last week of May. So the last week of May definitely going to be a time to watch for sure. Severe weather outlook for Friday, there is a slight risk of severe weather east of I-35W. That does include Dallas, Denton County partially included in that. I would actually expect this threat to be grown again. It was a little bit larger yesterday. I would expect this to kind of grow out into portions of western DFW as well, because I do think there's a chance for severe weather. Again, all modes of severe weather will be possible on Friday, so keep that in mind there. Take a look at the future radar on Friday. You can see right around 7 o'clock we'll have several showers and storms develop all along I-35 for the most part. Again, all modes of severe weather will be possible with any storms that develop. By 10 o'clock, those are going through eastern DFW, and eventually by about 1 in the morning, those will start to kind of fizzle out as they move out to the east. So best chance for severe thunderstorms on Friday will likely be during the late afternoon and early evening hours. Now, heading through the weekend, going into early next week, another chance for showers and storms will exist heading into late Monday into Tuesday. This may bring some severe weather as well. As of right now, a big question mark on where this will exactly set up, but we could also see a severe weather outbreak on Monday into Tuesday. So another day to watch very closely. All right, and let's take a look at the tropics. As I kind of mentioned before in a previous forecast, we had a few talks about maybe a tropical storm possibly developing sometime in the next 10 days. Well, here's the latest from the GFS model. This is the only computer model showing any sort of tropical development, but does show that there may be something trying to develop going into next week, and I don't really expect this to become anything more than maybe a tropical depression or a weak tropical storm if it's to develop. I have very low confidence that it will develop. Most of the computer's models not showing this. I would expect the shear to stay strong enough that we won't see something like this, but if it does develop, it might be something to watch, because obviously we've had in the last 8 Mays, we've had at least 7 of them have had a tropical storm, so this might be something to watch again going to next week. Temperatures going into tomorrow morning will wake up again really similar to today, low 70s across the Metroplex, and eventually by the afternoon it'll be a little bit warmer tomorrow afternoon, many of us warming up into the mid to upper 90s, and as well as the low to mid 100s back out to our west. So another warm day ahead tomorrow. Here's the latest North Texas Weather Center 7-day forecast, and you can see at the very end of this forecast there's a lot of good news there. Temperatures only in the 70s as of right now for next weekend, but otherwise the rest of this week we're gonna unfortunately have to deal with 90s for highs. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting, All Dense Repair, and the Dashner Law Firm.